So let me get this right. We've got a SURTEES, we've got a Barcrusher. There's a bit of history there. While we're at it, just throwing a STABICRAFT, and we managed to find this boat called an Ozsea, which is built by a guy that used to work at Barcrusher. What are you trying to do? Some sort of winch test here? What are you thinking?
My name's Todd and Templeton. I'm a cabinet maker. We're down in Seaford, Bayside cabinet makers, and we love our fishing. Down here with my brothers, Guy and Ben. Guy is my business partner and half owner of the boat. They're probably over there drinking. Yep, they are. The boat, 6.5 metre hard top. It's absolute fishing weapon. It'll go through anything, absolutely push through any type of weather. Hard top's fantastic, don't get wet. I think it's a very dry boat.
The Ozsea, yep. Interesting boat. When you see it on the trailer or you see it on the water, you just think that's a big boat. It looks like a beast.
It's been designed by a naval architect, and I suppose for this type of boat, it sits right up out of the water. You really keep very dry in all conditions.
The Suzuki really pushed it along nicely, but you know, for a big boat, it definitely handled well.
It's a good versatile boat, and we've had pretty hard conditions here today with 25, 30 knot winds, and it doesn't bang, and it handles well. It really plows through the water, not so much through on top of it, but it doesn't come down crashing hard. It stays at a level plane, turns well, very well powered.
It rode high on the water. It's probably not as stable because of that as the other boats, especially the ballast type ones that sit down in the water.
Sitting on top of the water, feel like kings.
Look, the Ozsea was a bit of a surprise factor for me. Todd's and his brothers have done a great job, but to me I think it's probably even better looking than perhaps the Barcrusher. I love that old school hardcore sort of fishing look that it's got. It's big nose, it sits up high, it's got a great vision out of the windscreen. It's lots of room to move around.
The welding probably didn't look as good. I mean, the guys, don't get me wrong, they fitted out with some good stuff. The electronics package that they fitted in after, they definitely, fitted some good Halo and Garmin stuff that I think Adam Davey done as well, which, he done a real good job on that, you could tell.
The Ozsea's a really different style of boat. It's, again, very solid, good plate, welding strong, a little bit chook-pooey, just not quite like I'd expect. But then again, it's a little cheaper than the other boats. It's built as a fishing boat. It doesn't have the frills.
Had a big deck as well, so it was a huge deck. You could fish, I'd say, 4 or 5 guys in that, no worries. The one thing that I really loved about it was the kill tank. It was massive.
The hard top isn't lined, and when you look at the hard top underneath, it's got 2 predominant ribs down where they've joined the 3 sections together. It gives it strength, it looks tacky, and it also reduces your headroom a little bit, which is, I think, is a critical thing for guys around the 6 foot plus mark. But the strength's there's no weaknesses, there's no hollows in the world, and the ribs that you can see through the boat are all welded well.
Electronics, we went to Davey Marine, and he fitted out pretty much everything for us. Really happy with the boys down there. We got some Garmin 10-inch screens. We wanted a 12-inch. And recommended 2 10 inches side by side, and yeah, couldn't be happy with those. The whole fit out from Davey Marine, the wiring is exceptional.
If I was to own a Ozseas, I'd definitely want to change a few things on it. I guess even on the gunnels, just putting some rubber matting there because they can be quite slippery. We were jumping from boat to boat out there, and they did get quite slippery. I guess the other thing, the freeboard in it isn't as high as the other boats, and I guess if you're wide offshore, you could have a tendency to think, I've got to hold on here, and I guess self-draining decks, so you've got to compromise that, but maybe a tow rail around the bottom or something so you can get your feet under it. Yeah, I guess if you're in some rough conditions and with that freeboard not as high, if you had 2 or 3 guys on one side trying to get in a barrel, it'd be interesting.
If I was to go back into commercial fishing tomorrow, with the boats that are available today, I would say on a commercial basis, for a boat that'll handle being knocked around, not fret when you've got a little bit of damage on it. It'd be a bit of a toss-up between the Ozsea and the Stabby, I think, because they're both solid, well-built boats. You need a little bit of width in a boat for that sort of work, and it needs to be able to take the knocks.
They've still got a fair bit of work to do with it to get it up to the quality of the other boats.
It's got the makings of something really good. Like I can imagine bouncing around down at Portland with the boys, beers aplenty out the back, and just sitting in that hard top in pretty much any weather conditions, just loving life.
Most fun boat would have to be mine. Who's my favourite brother? Well, it depends on the alcohol consumption.